ফাগুনে তোর আমের বনে ঘ্রাণে পাগল করে মরি হায় হায় রে ও মা ফাগুনে তোর আমের বনে ঘ্রাণে পাগল করে ও মা ঘ্রাণে তোর ভরা খেতে কি দেখেছি
আমি কি দেখেছি মধুর হাসি সোনার বাংলা আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি কি শোভা কি ছায়া গো কি স্নেহ কি মায়া গো কি আঁচল বিছায়েছো অটের মূলে নদীর কূলে কূলে
মা তোর মুখের বাণী আমার কানে লাগে সুধার মতো মরি হায় হায় রে মা তোর মুখের বাণী আমার কানে লাগে সুধার মতো
মাতুর বদন খানি মলিন হলে আমি নয়ন
ও মা আমি নয়ন জলে ভাসি সোনার বাংলা আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি
Thank you very much. Let us proceed to begin with our summit discussions. First, I would like to request Bangladesh High Commissioner to the UK and Permanent Representative of Bangladesh to the IMO, Her Excellency Saida Muna Tasnim, to deliver today's welcome speech to the audience. Her Excellency Saida Muna Tasnim is joining us virtually.
Rahman Rahim. Honorable Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina, Honorable Minister for Trade Policy of Her Majesty's Government, Ms. Penny Mordaunt MP, Honorable Ministers and Members of Parliament from Bangladesh and the UK, distinguished business and private sector leaders, chambers and entrepreneurs from the UK and Bangladesh, our beloved British Bangladeshi diaspora in the UK, members of the media and the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor and privilege for me as High Commissioner of Bangladesh to the UK to welcome you all to Bangladesh Investment Summit 2021 in this great city of London, in the gracious presence of Bangladesh's Honorable Prime Minister, Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina. Bangladesh High Commission London is immensely proud to partner this historic summit with Bangladesh's Securities Exchange Commission, the principal regulator for Bangladesh's capital markets, the Dhaka and the Chittagong stock exchanges, as well as Bangladesh Investment Development Authority under the Prime Minister's office, the one-stop service institution providing accelerated support to investors from home and abroad. The High Commission owes a huge debt of gratitude to Honorable Prime Minister to kindly agreeing to grace us today as chief guest, and thanks to BSEC and BIDA to allow us this opportunity. I also want to take this opportunity to just specially thank Ms. Penny Mordaunt, the Minister for Trade Policy of Her Majesty's Government, for making time to give support to us and strengthen our Bangladesh-UK bilateral trade and investment relations. Even though I could not be physically present in today's inaugural session, and I feel honored to be next to our Honorable Prime Minister, I feel super energized seeing the Churchill Room at the Queen Elizabeth Centre fill up to the brim with potential investors from the UK and Bangladesh braving COVID risks. Indeed, in the post-pandemic year, when the global economy struggles to recover from the loss of lives and livelihoods from COVID and climate disasters, today's turnout is yet another testament to how the United Kingdom and its businesses are taking a fresh look at the trade and investment opportunities in South Asia's fastest growing emerging economy, Bangladesh. This year, as Bangladesh turned 50, global business media, including Bloomberg, or the Financial Times, and sovereign ratings and global financial institutions such as the IMF, HSBC, or the World Economic Forum could not stop talking about the phenomenal decade of growth, prosperity, and resilience of Bangladesh, even during the COVID and post-COVID, a country that habitually receives bad press, and particularly here in the United Kingdom, and suffers post-colonial baggage of being unstable, suddenly seemed to be the star performer. That is because nothing succeeds like success, and Bangladesh's top-notch economic numbers are speaking for themselves. Bangladesh is among the 5 fastest growing economies of the world today. During the pandemic, our economic performance was outstanding amongst Asian countries. From being the 41st largest economy, it is projected to become the 23rd largest by 2030. Its GDP, that inflated 3 times over the past decade, is projected to inflate further from 330 to 500 billion by 2026, according to IMF and Standard Chartered. During the global reviews, did they do the soul searching and research as to what made this meteoric growth and development possible for Bangladesh? What was the magic behind Bangladesh growing 3 times in a decade compared to its cumulative growth in the last 39 years? Broadly, I can identify 3 major reasons, as it is no rocket science. What is behind the rise and rise of Bangladesh, as aptly coined in one Nikkei Asia's cover story in 2019, when Bangladesh had a pre-COVID growth rate of 8.19%. Of course, it is the bold, brave, consistent, innovative, inclusive, and challenge-accepting leadership that Bangladesh had that other countries didn't. In 2019, in a special editorial in the World Economic Forum, identified the Sheikh Hasina factor as the secret to Bangladesh's extraordinary economic success. And indeed, what Bangladesh had that many others didn't is the bold and visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, who has time and again accepted challenges and convincingly sailed through many troubled waters, who always delivered on her promise. In 2009, she promised Bangladesh she would graduate it to out of the LDC group to a middle lower income country, and she delivered on that project, on that promise. We have seen this leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, who decided to construct Padma Bridge from the country's own fund, defying all odds. Padma Bridge is now a reality, ready to add 1.3% to our annual GDP. During the power crisis in 2009, she decided to give IPP small range power plants for raising Bangladesh's power profile. As a result, today the country has universal electricity access, and it went from 5,000 to 24,000 megawatt in 1 decade. Many countries and government during the COVID struggled with their leadership, because leadership does matter, and government struggled. But in Bangladesh, we had the decisive and bold and compassionate and fast delivered leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina that kept our economy and people afloat during the post-COVID economic crisis. Our Honorable Prime Minister also maintained zero tolerance towards extremism and terrorism, and sustained a secular, inclusive fabric of the society where no one was left behind. The other success that she had contributed is empowering women, where today we have 42% women in our workforce, and this really transformed Bangladesh. The global community has acclaimed this leadership, and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina followed her heart and offered shelter to more than 1.1 million Rohingya refugees in a limited space of Bangladesh. And today, it is habituated by 170 million people. At the COP26, where we just came back, she just returned from the COP26 yesterday. And there also, according to a BBC report that just came out today, she is amongst the 5 most influential leaders at the COP26 who made a difference and had the moral voice to claim climate financing and compensation for loss and damage. And therefore, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate the Honorable Prime Minister and gracing today's occasion and giving us inspiration and hope for a Bangladesh that will graduate to a developed country in 2041. The second factor, and of course, the first factor was leadership matters. Second factor is the enterprising private sector-led growth of Bangladesh and our very enterprising private sector. We know that ready-made garment sector is the mainstay of Bangladesh's economy and exports. And today we have 150 green factories in the world, the largest ready-made garment green factories in the apparel industry in the entire world. It is in Bangladesh, and I congratulate our private sector for that. Today, our Honorable Prime Minister has set up 100 economic zones, 39 high-tech parks, and also her digital economy vision for Bangladesh. Apart from our private sector, who's driving the economic growth with 100% support from the government, institutions such as BIDA and Security Exchange Commission and high-tech parks in Websa and other Prime Minister's office institutions that continuously give support to our private sector to promote higher growth. The third is Bangladesh's population dividend and the young population, where we have 65% of young population, the second largest supplier of online workforce as well, 700,000 freelance IT professionals around the world. We want to focus and grow based on mostly these three sectors. Today, Bangladesh is UK's third largest trading partners. UK is Bangladesh's third largest trading partner, and of course, our second largest investment partner. But UK has gone through a post-Brexit phenomena, and Bangladesh is graduating out of the LDC group. Therefore, we need to have a new economic vision between Bangladesh and UK, something which Honourable Prime Minister, while she was speaking at the Foreign Office yesterday in front of the parliamentarians, is defined as a strategic and an equality-based partnership, something which is beyond post-colonial. And at this point, coming from COP26, we need green financing from the UK. We need alternative financing and funding for our mega infrastructure projects from the UK. We want investment in corporate bonds, municipal bonds, Sharia bonds, green bonds, and blue bonds. We want British investment to develop circular fashion industry because they are one of the largest consumers of our ready-made garments, but they need to invest more on our circular economy. We want British investors come to building electric car plants in Bangladesh. We want British investors to replace our 10 coal-based power plants that our Honourable Prime Minister has decided to shut down to reduce our carbon footprints. We need solar and wind and green hydrogen energy plants in Bangladesh to be invested from the UK. Bangladesh is currently the third largest producer of rice, third largest producer of vegetables, and the fourth largest producer of inland sweetwater fish. We want British investments for exporting our agriculture products in the UK and elsewhere. Bangladesh's vast and unspoiled marine resources, we want blue economy investment and marine investments from the UK. With these words, I do want to call upon British businesses and investors to keep their trust on Bangladesh. We want our Bangladeshi-British community to put their trust in Bangladesh, to put their trust in the business climate in Bangladesh. And with these words, I want to conclude. And before concluding, I want to say that we have our Honourable Foreign Minister in the panel today. And I just want to say our Honourable Foreign Minister is driving the Foreign Ministry and the diplomacy of Bangladesh to promote economic diplomacy and also business outreach. From the Bangladesh High Commission in London, we have always, over the past many years, we've been outreaching to the British Bangladeshi community and today British businesses. We have invited the Commonwealth Enterprise Institute Investment Council. We've invited the British Chamber. We've invited the London Chamber, the Confederation of British Industry, and our British investor friends here at the conference. And I hope the conference would generate new interest from British investors into Bangladesh. Put your faith in Bangladesh, invest in Bangladesh. I want to thank BIDA chairman and the SEC chairman in particular for organizing this, for giving us an opportunity to partner this event. And I want to particularly say to Ms. Penny Mordaunt that please visit Bangladesh, take a fresh look. Bangladesh today is going to return 50% on your investment, the highest in South Asia. And same goes for the British investors. And I thank you. Long live Bangladesh-UK friendship.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for welcoming the summit with your heartwarming words. Ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to request Honorable Chairman of Bangladesh Securities and Exchange Commission, BSEC, Professor Shibli Rubayatul Islam, to come over and deliver her speech and present on the rise of Bengal tiger, potentials of trade and investment in Bangladesh to our audience.
Thank you very much. Very good morning, Honourable Prime Minister, Honourable Ministers, dignitaries, Member of Parliament, guests from print and media, business, trade, and investors from UK. A very warm welcome from Bangladesh Securities and Exchange Commission, and also in cooperation with BIDA, I'm welcoming you all. This is a story of Bangladesh. Bangladesh started from the ashes. Usually, when a country starts from zero, it's easy to build a nation. But it was devastated, destroyed, and we had to start from ashes. The country, Bangladesh, was born in 1971, and it was not so easy. Just because of a great leader who, for long, from his early stages of life, who was in the jail almost 1/3 of his life just because he was fighting for the right for people, country, language movement, and at the end of the day, for the independence of Bangladesh. Just to inform you that the piece of land that we call Bangladesh today was never liberated before 1971. It was always hundreds and thousands of years, it was under the rule of someone. So we really got our independence 50 years back. And just because a leader like our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, it was possible. But it was not so easy, and we had to struggle a lot. We had to went through a lot of hassle, hurdle, and international issues. But UK and many of your UK citizens were beside us. To name a few, Simon Ring, Mark Tully, George Harrison, and many other, including the representatives from UK. So at first, in UK, I'd like to thank the UK people who helped us in getting Bangladesh liberated, and today we are feeling proud of being a Bangladeshi. We have a very strong diplomatic tie, and the bilateral trade is accelerating day by day. And if you see the screen, that is around $4 billion now, the total turnover, but it's increasing day by day. And today we are here just to show you how Bangladesh has transformed from day one with your help and assistance. And last 50 years, how you stood beside us, and we achieved many, many things. But it was not so easy. We had to go through a lot of obstacles during the last 50 years. The problem is the age-old perceptions. There is a saying that Bangladesh is having food shortage. Bangladesh has a poverty as a problem. Literacy rate is low. And we have poor technology adoption, energy shortage, and gender disparity. The first time when I went out for the roadshow, from my experience, that these age-old perceptions are still there around the world. No one knows what is happening in Bangladesh and what our Honorable Prime Minister did during the last 12 years. These are the changes. If you see the ash color side, it's 1971 when we got liberated, and this is 2021. And if you see those 6 areas that I spoke a little bit ago regarding the perception that still people hold around the world about Bangladesh, you can see the change in GDP from 6 billion to 353, GNP per capita 120 to 2064, which is now more, foreign exchange reserve increasing every year, every month, access to electricity 99% and having excess electricity production, and energy solution in full is almost there. Our total foreign aid dependency was 88% in 1971, and today it's less than 3%, and it's not a big issue today for us. And we are self-reliant. And urbanization, you can see from the chart, and you can see the other statistics where we are showing you that the food production index has went up from 29.7 to 109.7%. Infant mortality, population growth, women percentage of labor force, life expectancy, poverty rate. Everything has drastically changed, and the major changes came during the last decade. that is because of our great leader. Her vision, her wisdom, and leadership brought us this much forward. Now let's know a little bit about Bangladesh. The key economic indicators that we have now, if we see the GDP, you just look at the graphs, and there are a little bit of comparison with our neighbor and surrounding countries. We have projected Pakistan, India, China, and Cambodia in our GDP growth and GDP per capita statistics. The inflation rate is almost under control and around 5.5 for last many years, and our government is working hard to bring it under control, and I thank Honorable Governor and Honorable NBR Chairman for working hard in this regard. External debt to nominal GDP, if you see that our external debt is so low that is less than the countries like Pakistan, Sri Lanka, India, and even USA. Our per head debt is only $294, and which we can repay any moment. So our external debt is also very low. The current account, the export-import graph, the remittance graph, all are so encouraging that you can see from the graph that just during the COVID it went out a little bit, but even today, if we update the statistics, it is again going rightward to the up. So things are again changing, and we will show you later the pre- and post-COVID situation of our economy. And what others are saying about Bangladesh. This is, to name a few, what WHO is saying, International Labour Organization is saying, Standard Chartered Bank is saying, and HSBC Bank is saying. These are not our words. These are international organizations who are speaking loud about Bangladesh today. The international rating agencies are now rating Bangladesh. Rating is very important for international trade and business. And you can see that Fitch, Moody's, and Standard & Poor, everyone is saying our outlook is stable and it's improving day by day. So these are the international recognitions that we are showing you today. The meteoric rise of Bangladesh, life expectancy, mortality rate, literacy rate, female labor force participation, just a comparison between our neighbors. And this is where Bangladesh stands today. And you will feel that these changes are something new that you did not know, but these are all the things that is happening. And for that, our leader, Honorable Prime Minister, got international recognition from around the world. Global recognition of leadership. She got extraordinary leadership award for COVID-19 pandemic management. She got the UN's highest champion of the Earth award for climate management. For children immunization, for global, and also global recognition of development from UNICEF for skill development for youths. Recently, she got the SDG Progress Award for Bangladesh because, you know, Bangladesh attained their MDG goal on time and hopefully will attain our SDG goal also on time, and for that we are working hard. And this is what Honorable Prime Minister of UK is saying.
The bond between us is incarnated by the 600,000 strong British Bangladeshi community who contribute so much to the United Kingdom every day. Today, Bangladesh is one of the fastest growing economies in the world, and we share the ambition to create an ever more prosperous and environmentally sustainable future. And so I look forward to working with Prime Minister Hasina, to seeing her again at COP26 in Glasgow. But for now, as we look ahead to the next 50 years of British and Bangladeshi friendship, I wish everyone the very best for your Golden Jubilee.
And this is what we saw after COP26. So, launch of Bangabandhu satellite is one of our meteoric rise of Bangladesh that shows the strength of Bangladesh. This is our energy, our strength. If you see, 51.4% of our population is between 20 to 54 years, and 0 to 19 is 36.8. We are trying to be a developed country by 2041. And to be there, the energy that will work is the strength lying between the middle and the lower one. So these are the energy who will take Bangladesh to be a developed country by next 20 years. And that is our energy and our strength. The political stability helped us a lot. During this one decade, the current country is so stable that we could concentrate on developing our important areas of the economy, the health and education. The green one is the budget we had in 2008 and 9, that is 12, 13 years before, and this is 2021 budget in the orange color. And you can see how important is health and education to us, agriculture and rural development to us, energy infrastructure to us, and communication infrastructure to us. And this is where our government is giving maximum emphasis. And because of that, and rising per capita income and GDP growth, we are having a MAC population, middle and affluent class, creating our own market. We are having 170 million people, almost half the population of USA, living in a place a little more than 1.5 size of New York. And we are having highest density of population, but this MAC population is also an advantage to us in order for supply chain management, marketing of product, and other trade and investment advantages. We did not understand 25 years ago when our Honorable Prime Minister first took charge that why she is talking about digital Bangladesh. But now we know why she was talking about digital Bangladesh. It is service, transparency, and to take Bangladesh forward. It's to help the business trade to grow. And now the digital Bangladesh is working and helping Bangladesh taking it forward. The High-Tech Park Authority is working. We are having available technology, submarine cables, second, third, and fourth is on the way. We are having our own e-banking system, e-commerce, and probably the largest mobile fund transfer is happening in Bangladesh these days. And Bangladesh is on track to become a US dollar 500 billion economy within next 4 years, hopefully. And this is how, I'm showing the statistics, how this is going to happen. And per capita income is now greater than our neighbors, and these are the information I am presenting in front of you, and you can see the comparison with Vietnam and other countries also. And this is Standard Chartered Bank who has made this research. Our large corporates are increasingly looking to set up their base in Bangladesh because of these reasons, and Bangladesh is still a thrust area for investment because we are not at the peak for investment. But due to Corona crisis, we had a little bit of issue, but our Honorable Prime Minister managed it very well. We have vaccination campaign which commenced on February 7, 2021, probably one of the earliest in the world. Total rollout is now under process. The sourcing from around the world is there, and vaccination every day of lakhs of people are happening in Bangladesh. And our government plans to vaccinate 50 million people within December 2021. And the Nikkei index is showing that Bangladesh is performing on the 26th global rank at this moment in terms of recovery index. And this is how we are also having our own pharmaceutical industry arranging manufacturing of local vaccines in Bangladesh with signing an MOU with the Chinese Sinopharm. During COVID, if you see, the GDP growth rate around the world was negative. Only a few of the countries around the world had positive growth. And Bangladesh still is maintaining the growth. And hopefully now it has crossed 7%, and by the end of the year, and hopefully next year, during the first quarter, it will be a double-digit growth. Our electricity consumption, our gas consumption, our fuel consumption, just when COVID came, went down. But now you can see on the right side that it has surpassed pre-pandemic level. So that means the economy is growing and coping up with the new scenario. COVID was an issue, even Honorable Prince Charles, who was concerned about Bangladesh, and this is what he said, His Royal Highness Prince Charles.
It is a matter of great personal sadness that this global pandemic has so far prevented me from making a visit to Bangladesh to mark this special year. I'm only too aware that the coronavirus has had a dreadfully heavy impact on so many lives and livelihoods, and I particularly wanted to express my heartfelt gratitude to frontline workers helping to keep Bangladesh safe during these difficult times, and to the many British Bangladeshis who contribute so much to the National Health Service here in the United Kingdom. Over the past 50 years, I have been fortunate enough to witness Bangladesh's incredible development into the confident and proud partner of today. These achievements have been remarkable, from bringing more than 50 million people out of extreme poverty since 1990, to increasing life expectancy and reducing infant mortality, to turning the economy into one of the fastest growing in the world. Our countries have a shared history, a shared constitutional commitment to freedom, the rule of law, free speech, and democracy, and an affection which continues to bind us in friendship. We come together today in the context of the Commonwealth as friends and beneficiaries of a common heritage. We shall remain together as partners over the years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, I send my fondest wishes to Bangladesh and all those celebrating this very special occasion. Shadinota Ponchash Bochore Bangladesh, Ke Ama Obinandan.
So the COVID kept the economy going, and these are the recent developments that are happening and moving super fast. The projects, I'm just showing a few that are happening in Bangladesh. The infrastructure development around Bangladesh is happening in every corner and every river of Bangladesh. We are now planning to launch the second satellite, because the first satellite is almost full, to be launched very soon, because we are now having a lot of international connectivity. The Padma Bridge is getting ready. It is our next growth driver, which will be contributing 1% in GDP growth and will be connecting to the southern part of the country, to the main land, so that the southern part will be developing a lot. Our BIDA chairman is here, our BEBSA chairman is here. They will be presenting later on. They're having investment incentives offered for you, and a big projection they will be making today, showing how they're working hard in taking Bangladesh forward, inviting international trade, business, and investment, and hopefully you will be pleased seeing their presentation today. A lot of international mergers and acquisitions are also happening in Bangladesh. These are one of the biggest. The JTI acquisition of Dhaka Tobacco, Unilever, Glaxo, Evergrey, Robia, Tel, these are to name a few. Now, Bangladesh is no more a country exporting ready-made garments, which is the second in the world. Bangladesh is shifting from light to heavy engineering now. We are now producing electronics products in Bangladesh. Walton is doing a wonderful job. Samsung is manufacturing mobile, fridge, television, everything in Bangladesh, LG, and to name a few, but many are on the way to Bangladesh. Now, Bangladesh is also starting producing cars. Proton Saga cars are produced by PHP Group. Mitsubishi by Pragati, and Hyundai cars will be manufactured from next March in Bangladesh. And they are planning to produce electric cars in Bangladesh within 2023. The NGOs are also working hard. These are the UK NGOs from inception who are helping Bangladesh to grow. We are thankful to them because they played a great role in our society and social development. And due to these reasons, and also because of the international NGOs we have, the largest in the world is BRAC from Bangladesh. And these are the other NGOs who helped our society to grow. And that's why today our socioeconomic indicators are so good. Our capital market is also growing, and we are giving a lot of emphasis on that. The money market is playing a great role in taking Bangladesh forward, and now we are adding new products in the capital market. Bonds will be playing a driving force in the coming days. We are issuing a lot of new bonds, sukuk bonds, perpetual bonds, subordinate bonds, and Honorable Mayor of Dhaka North is here. He will be presenting today the new Muni bond that he will be issuing to make Dhaka more beautiful and having a green environment around us. The journey of last 30 years in our capital market is projected here. You can see the curve, and I'm telling you the curve is much better today. And the market trend is good, the capitalization is growing, and we took from 40 billion to 67 billion just between last 1 year, 3 months. And this is why, as we are still on the frontiers front, we are moving to emerging capital market very shortly, and AFC is still saying that we are the top performing index in frontiers market till today. The capital market of Bangladesh is now giving the highest return on investment, and that's why we invite you to come to Bangladesh as a retailer or investor or in wholesale investment or through bonds. Because the bonds, if you invest in Bangladesh, you will get the highest return today available. Still, if you compare with the rest of the world, we are the best return providers. And during Bangladesh development process, bonds and little bit of equity investments will be playing a big role in taking Bangladesh forward. We cannot rely on our national revenue sourcing to take Bangladesh forward alone. We have to help them through other private sources so that we can take Bangladesh fast forward to the goal that we want to achieve. And in order to achieve the SDG goal, we have to have $86 billion investments per year. And we are trying hard to achieve that, and for that also we need international partners and friends. These are the venture capital finances that we are doing for the young population. Young people having a lot of innovative ideas are coming up. So we are now financing the venture capital companies, and they are gradually coming, and we are having these successful startups already working in Bangladesh, and they're contributing large and taking our economy forward. Bangladesh is not a country for business only. The tourism is there. Our government is taking a lot of initiative to improve the tourism sites that are natural and also man-made. Kuakata, the beach where you can see the sunrise and sunset, Cox's Bazar, the longest beach in the world, Sundarban, the longest mangrove forest in the world, all are in Bangladesh. And all the development process are on the way. And we have some people with us this time who will be showing in his presentation that how the tourism industry, the hotels, the tourist boat management, everything is coming up. The key reasons for choosing Bangladesh is shock-absorbing capability against global volatility. There are a lot of things happening around the world, but still Bangladesh is having during the last decade, more than 6% and above average growth rate. We have a stable foreign exchange rate because of remittance flow and increasing export. And we are helping international investors so that no pre-approval to repatriate their investment, and faster economic growth that is happening because of our Honorable Prime Minister's wisdom that she managed life and livelihood and balanced it very well. Bangladesh is on the verge of affluence, and these are the 4 areas we have identified to take us to 2041 goal. I'm not going in detail, I'm just showing the slides that avoiding the middle export income gap, we know our target, we know our advantages, and these are the strategies we are taking now to take Bangladesh reaching our vision and mission. For diversifying export, these are the targets, these are the advantages, and these are the strategies we have. For developing human capital, this is our target, advantage, and strategy. And at last, climate resilient nation, and these are green energy and decentralization, and COP26 is very relevant to this, and these are our advantages, and these are the strategies that we will be adopting. Bangladesh is at this moment flying high because of favorable socio-economic condition ripe for a takeoff, financial sector to outpace aggregate economic growth, remarkable progress in last 12 years, growing capital market, availability of educated and trained human capital. The rise of Royal Bengal has started, and we request you to be a part of it before it's too late. And the cub that was born in 1971 has grown today. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your patient hearing.
Thank you, Professor Shibli Rubayatul Islam, for your insightful speech and presentation. Distinguished guests, we're pleased to have with us the British Minister for Trade and Investment, the Right Honourable Penny Mordaunt MP, who has been connected to this summit through virtual platform. I would like to request Right Honourable Minister Penny Mordaunt MP to share a few words with us.
The good news is I'm not virtual, I'm here. I wouldn't miss this, and I'm going to be very brief because I know you have a lot of things to get through today, but I just wanted to welcome you and to say what a pleasure it is to be part of this summit, and to thank our kind hosts for bringing us together to celebrate the flourishing trade and investment relationship between our two nations. And I want to extend a special welcome to Her Excellency, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. It was my pleasure to host her last night at the Foreign Office to celebrate 50 years of Bangladesh's independence, to celebrate all of your achievements during that time and her leadership, and of course to honour the memory of her father, the father of Bangladesh. Prime Minister, your economic reforms have helped underpin Bangladesh's emergence as one of the great engines of economic growth in South Asia, and one of the United Kingdom's most important partners in this diverse and dynamic region. As a global hub for finance, Europe's leading tech capital, and leading green energy innovator, the United Kingdom is perfectly placed to partner Bangladesh in achieving its trade and development ambitions, sharing our skills and capabilities across a range of cutting-edge sectors, from tech to telecommunications, finance to pharmaceuticals, with British and Bangladeshi innovators and entrepreneurs working side by side to create new technologies, products and services that will help shape the world of tomorrow, and developing and implementing the green energy solutions that will meet the challenges presented by the climate crisis facing our planet. And we're building on solid foundations, with trade between the UK and Bangladesh worth almost £3 billion last year, despite the impacts of a global pandemic. Britain was the second largest investor in Bangladesh over the last 5 years, worth almost 800 million in 2018 alone. And last year, the UK's export credit agency, UK Export Finance, tripled its capacity for Bangladesh to 2.5 billion. but we know we have the potential to achieve far much more together. And as we recover from the impacts of COVID-19 and chart a new course for the United Kingdom in the months and years ahead, we must go further and faster, deepening and diversifying the economic ties we share. And this summit and the bilateral events like it will offer a key part to enable us to make that progress, which is why we must use this opportunity to drive trade and investment further still. Our vision is to build a sustainable trade and investment relationship with Bangladesh for the long term, so that we can work together to embrace the economic opportunities that lie before us in this fast-changing world. And the launch of the UK-Bangladesh Trade and Investment Dialogue is a crucial step on that journey, as we seek to remove non-tariff barriers and improve access to each other's markets, helping British and Bangladeshi businesses to follow in the footsteps of Standard Chartered and other trailblazing firms in forging commercial partnerships between our nations. We hope to sign a memorandum of understanding soon to underpin the progress that we have made. And our journey together over the last 50 years should give us confidence as we look to the future, as we build a deeper, more diverse, more dynamic trade and investment relationship between our two countries, creating a fairer, greener, more resilient and more sustainable economies that are fit for the future. I hope you have a great summit today. Let's do some business. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister, for your kind words and for joining us physically. Distinguished guests, we all are here for a reason, for a goal that will lead us all through the journey of development. A new chapter in the history of Bangladesh is taking place. It is the chapter of achieving Sonar Bangla. The person who is leading the nation to create this history is none other than our beloved leader, the daughter of the father of the nation, Honorable Prime Minister of the Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina. Today, we are delighted with her kind virtual presence in this summit. Now, I would like to humbly request Honorable Prime Minister to grace this occasion by delivering her valuable words.
Yes, sir.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The chair, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good morning. It's morning to you all. I am pleased to be here at the Bangladesh Investment Summit and to inaugurate the roadshow. I'm happy to see so many Bangladeshi and British investors as well as esteemed guests present here. It reflects your interest on Bangladesh and to do business in my country. I wish to begin by paying my deepest respect and homage to the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. I would also like to recall with profound gratitude and sacrifices made by 3 million martyrs and the 250,000 women during our liberation war in 1971. Here, I would like to express my deep gratitude to the United Kingdom and its people for their firm support and empathy during the critical time of our struggle for independence. Ladies and gentlemen, Bangladesh is celebrating 2 historical events this year. One is the Golden Jubilee of the independence of Bangladesh, and the other is the birth centenary of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. While celebrating these two events, I consider holding the Bangladesh Investment Summit here a very appropriate initiative. Bangladesh and UK have been enjoying the best of relations since the birth of our new nation in 1971. In fact, the UK was a leading country to lend a generous hand in rebuilding war-abased Bangladesh. The relationship has since been growing from strength to strength. And thus, today, the United Kingdom is the third largest export destination of Bangladesh and the second largest investors in Bangladesh. I'm very hopeful today. Today's Bangladesh Investment Summit shall make our two countries' business relations even more fruitful. The roadshow would, of course, provide impetus by displaying Bangladesh's potentials with reward of high return from business and investments. Dear investors, today, Bangladesh is a changed country. It has undergone huge transformation on socio-economic fronts in last 1 decade. I feel proud that in March 2018 and February 2021, the UN declared Bangladesh eligible for graduation from LDC to a developing country. This has been due to our efforts in realizing Vision 2021 and moving forward to be a developed country by fulfilling Vision 2041. According to ADB Outlook 2019, Bangladesh is the fastest growing economy in the Asia-Pacific region. ADB attributes this to the strong leadership, good governance, stable government, political stability, sound macroeconomic policy, and right development priorities. Already, Bangladesh is the 31st largest economy in the world based on PPP. Recently, Bangladesh has become an attractive investment destination due to rapid urbanization, increasing consumption of electricity, rapid growth of middle-class consumers with increasing purchasing power, growing connectivity with massive markets in South and Southeast Asia. Our purchasing power already increased by 2025-54, no? Per capita income? Yeah. 2,554 from 2,227. It was only 2,227, now 2,554. Within very short period of time, we have increased that. We have been heavily investing in development of infrastructure, including energy and power, and the road and railway communication. We are constructing with our own fund the Padma Bridge, having railway track connecting the untapped southern Bangladesh with the rest of the country. Bangladesh is entering into the era of metro rail very shortly, and also our nuclear power plant. We are building a nuclear power plant too. As many as 100 special economic zones and 28 high-tech parks are being made ready for foreign and domestic investment. We are offering exclusive zones where companies of a specific country can invest. UK investors can take one such a zone for themselves. Even in Sylhet, the Sriotto investing zone, that one we are building now. to feed the current and future growth of industries and overall development. Electricity production capacity has reached over 24,000 megawatts with target of 40,000 megawatts by 2030 and 60,000 megawatts by 2041. At present, 99.99% people are getting electricity. We are also constantly improving our legal and financial infrastructures. Bangladesh has already the most liberal investment regime in South Asia, and foreign investment is protected by acts of parliament and bilateral treaties. A host of lucrative sectors like energy, renewable energy, shipbuilding, automobile, light engineering, agro-processing, blue economy, tourism, knowledge-based high-tech industries, ICT are attracting foreign investments. British investors can choose any of these and beyond. Our ICT sector is growing fast now with $1 billion export to 60 countries. The ICT industry is expected to grow nearly fivefold to reach $5 billion mark by 2025. With more than 600,000 freelance IT professionals, Bangladesh is the right place to invest in ICT sector. The demographic dividend and our focus on developing skilled manpower ensures that investors here got skilled human resources at competitive wages. I'm sure you are aware of the recent economic scenario of Bangladesh. Yet let me with pride inform you that Bangladesh now stands in the world as the second largest RMG exporters, third largest producer of vegetables, third largest producer of inland fisheries, third largest in internet freelancing, and fourth largest producer of rice. Let me assure you that our government agencies, including the Bangladesh Securities and Exchange Commission and the Bangladesh Investment Development Authority, will all do their best to ensure a congenial business environment for you. They will provide you with ample opportunities for the best possible returns on your investment. Already quite a few major business organizations are operating successfully in Bangladesh. I'd thus like to welcome more companies to come forward and invest in the capital market of Bangladesh. I thank all the investors and business leaders of United Kingdom for their presence. I also thank the global financial and economic experts, dignitaries, and the delegates for your interest to learn Bangladesh's growth. I also thank BSEC, BIDA, and Bangladesh High Commission, London, United Commercial Bank, the British Bangladesh Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and all who have helped showcase Bangladesh's business and investment potentials through this summit. Before I conclude, I want to mention a few words in Bangla to my Bangladesh community. আমাদের বাংলাদেশি ব্যবসায়ীরা যারা আছেন তাদেরকে আমি অনুরোধ করি যে আপনারা বিদেশে আছেন, এখন নিজের দেশে আসেন, ইনভেস্টমেন্ট করেন। আর এখানে যারা ব্যবসা করছেন তাদের জন্য সুবিধা, আপনারা বাংলাদেশে আপনাদের ইন্ডাস্ট্রি করতে পারেন, বাংলাদেশে এখানে যেমন আমাদের সব থেকে বড় কথা, এখন তো এদেশে মানুষ ভাত আর কারি খাচ্ছে। তো এই ক্ষেত্রে আপনারা যদি আমাদের দেশে বিশেষ করে অ্যাগ্রো প্রোডাক্টস অর্থাৎ কৃষিভিত্তিক বা খাদ্য প্রক্রিয়াজাত শিল্প গড়ে তোলেন, তাহলে আমি মনে করি আরো বেশি ভালো একেবারে তাজা শাক সবজি মাছ ফল মূল সব নিয়ে আসতে পারবেন। কারণ আমাদের এখন আমাদের কৃষিতে বিপ্লব ঘটেছে, সারা বছরই আমরা সব ধরনের সবজি এবং সবকিছু উৎপাদন করতে পারি। গবেষণার মাধ্যমে সেটা আমরা অর্জন করেছি। কাজে আমাদের যারা এখানে বিভিন্ন ব্যবসায় আছেন, বিশেষ করে আমাদের বাংলাদেশের যারা, তাদেরকে আমি বিশেষভাবে আহ্বান করি যে আপনারা আসেন এবং আপনারা যারা ব্রিটিশ ইনভেস্টার্স আছে তাদেরকে পার্টনার করে নিয়ে আসেন। তাদের সাথে আপনারা বাংলাদেশে এসে ব্যবসা করেন, সব রকম সুযোগ সুবিধা আপনারা পাবেন। আর কারো যদি কোনো অসুবিধা থাকে অবশ্যই আমি আছি, সেটা আমরা দেখব, এতে কোনো সন্দেহ নেই। সব ধরনের সহজভাবে যাতে ব্যবসা করতে পারেন সে ব্যবস্থাটা আমরা করে দেব। কারণ আমি খুব খুশি হব যদি আমার বাংলাদেশি যারা আজকে গ্রেট ব্রিটেনে বিভিন্ন জায়গায় বসবাস করছেন তারা যদি বাংলাদেশে আসেন এবং ব্যবসা করেন, তাদের জন্য বিশেষভাবে ব্যবস্থা দেওয়া হবে, সেটুকু আমি অন্তত বলতে পারি। As I conclude, let me emphasize that all here are welcome to come to Bangladesh and be part of our development journey. With these few words, I declare the roadshow open. Jai Bangla, Jai Bangladesh, may Bangladesh live forever.
Thank you, Her Excellency, for your insightful and kind words. I hope everyone has had an image of the potentials, opportunities, and future directions of Bangladesh with your speech, and the vision we are heading toward has now become clearer in our eyes. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, now to make today's occasion a remarkable one, we are going to unveil a